All right, while my camera as a technology is failing here to load, let me, very ironic, let me do a little bit playground work here on the AI features that Google is offering in GCP, Google Cloud Platform, via Vertex AI for us to see a couple of things. All right, so I was amazed as just how many models are they supporting today and what all features are coming with them. So we're not going to deep dive into a particular model today, but we are going to see just how many of them exist from the rich features that they have and what they can just do, which people were getting trained to do, and it is crazy good. All right, so let's start somewhere. So I'm just logged into my GCP environment. This is a sample, or this is a test project. This is my trial version again, so I'm using Google credits. So I'm just logged in. All that I have searched for here is model garden, which is actually, let me come here. It's under Vertex AI. So anything that you want to do will start from Vertex AI here. It says it's one AI platform for all the ML that you may need. And if I'm able to get this right, you see a couple of options here. Vertex AI Studio, Model Garden. We do see a couple of options here. What we want to focus today is at Model Garden tab. Now this is essentially a garden of all the models that they have supporting today. Look at the left-hand side where it says modalities and tasks and providers. So right now from Google, there are 87 models out there which can be used for various use cases. Salesforce has 3. Let's see what they are quickly because 87 cannot be hovered upon. Um, Blip, Blip, and Blip. It's called image captioning and it's used for image and visual answers and chat mechanism. It's just very cool. You can drill down to a lot of them. Meta has Llama. Let's see what extra they have. Yeah, a lot of versions of Llamas. Of course, it's not one model, it's a versioning of that as well. Prompts and a lot of other features. What we want to majorly see today, it's Imagen. Now, Imagen is very interesting in a way that it can generate images, whatever you can think of in your head. I tried it out and it is good. Let's generate an image. Generate me a cake image, a chocolate cake image with two candles and happy birthday message. I mean, I don't know how it'll come through the message, but let's see. So there's a few settings. Okay, while it generates, it gives you some tips as to how you can better your prompts. Prompt is something which is a instruction in a way from you. You can give it concise instructions for a better image generation. We have it. We have the 4 images of cake return. Why 4? Because those are the parameters that were set when we were doing this. So we have the parameter window and by default it's only 4. The max is 4 today. I think it'll increase in future. There's an aspect ratios which you could have provided. I went with default 1:1 and I got these 4. Pretty good. Let me select one of them. Let me say this. And it looks good, but I want to edit it and I'm going to do some options here. Let's say I like a different flavor that I wanted, chocolate to matcha. Let's see what it does now. I'm just playing around. You can actually do a lot of good work here. And so my only question with that is all this is good. What's going to happen? Okay, so hold on. So this is the original and I got these as the edited ones. Wow, it looks so good. But these are not cakes. You see, it's still refining. So it gave me some pancakes, some pastries and things like that, but it's still it could edit it. So mine was not a very excellent prompt, but if you are somebody who was working in this field, you could give it a very excellent prompt and it will generate you images like that which you can use in a professional work. Very cool. So this is what it does today. It is a lot of documentation. You can give it very good prompts, generate images with that, edit an image. You can verify an image. What verify would do is essentially exactly this. You generate an AI generated image, and then if it contains any digital watermark, it'll tell you that. Okay, so that's just in the imaging part of the model. Let's also see something. Okay, I did. Okay, I created a model and deployed it. This is that. We'll get into this later. Okay, let's come to BigQuery. This is what the developers. Okay, so let's come to BigQuery and see what AI can help me do here. So this is essentially any SQL BigQuery engineer's playground. I'm not feeling like writing a query. I would like Gemini to help me write a query. I would like it to tell me how many tables, or even better, describe the tables in my data set. Let's see what it does. You got the query. You got the query with the columns, and then it ties it to your schema. Right now, it says information schema because I don't have a different schema created with tables. So the default pointing is to that. You can also see a summary of the query. So if somebody has to really understand in detail what the query is doing, you can get that summarization. I'm going to say insert. So my query gets inserted here. And then I can run it and get the results back. How cool is that? This is a very simple query, but you can actually give it very intelligent prompts to do what you want to do. Explore that in a way that it'll tell you explanation of the query. It'll also let you do some code completion. You can, you can tell it what you want to write it, and then it'll complete it. It's in preview mode today. I haven't explored it, to be honest. Code generation, of course, it'll generate what you want to do. The third thing which I wanted to highlight is how you can create a model of your own and then train with some data on it and then use it with either a classification problem or something else. I use it for classification. So let's see what I did here. So I have this model is already deployed and was trained also on some data. Let me try to tell you what it was doing. Okay, so I simply collected a bunch of images. This is Harvard University images and Stanford University images. Ignore this, this is an unlabeled image. So what I did was simply assigned a label to a couple of those images. It needs at least 10 images in a label that it can then train on. So you see, I created a label called as Harvard campus. I created a label called as Stanford campus, and I simply assigned my uploaded images respectively to each of these labels, minimum of 10. Once I had these images uploaded and assigned to a particular label, I could then analyze. So here it tells you what all I have uploaded, which is the same. Harvard has 10 images, Stanford has 11 images. These are labels. Now I can, hold on. So I uploaded the images. I labeled, assigned the images, and then, so what it would essentially let me do is upload a new image and then it'll analyze what does it belong to any of these labels that I have trained my previous images on. Just going to show you how you can. I'm not going to run it because I've already done that. So this is the default of my name of the model that I created, the name of the data set. This is default of the data set that I created that it will get trained on. The objective is image classification. That is what I chose, and that is what I'm doing. I uploaded a couple of images, assigned it to labels, and then I am training my data set to learn from those images. The method, I'm going to keep it as AutoML, and it will store on the cloud. I'm not going for the advanced option. So it can it'll either let me train a new model or train a new version. So I already have a model existing. So I will say that, and it'll continue, and then it has some factors of options, and then it has some options that I can choose if I need higher accuracy or default. Of course, this is linked to your billing, so be mindful of that. I'll go with higher accuracy for now. Um, you have to specify a number of nodes that will run per hour. A minimum is 8, and I will go with 8. I will not click on start training, but that is how you can actually train the created model. Um, and it'll take at least an hour to learn from those images, and then what you will have is a model of images, is a trained model of image classification. You can then analyze on it, upload a new image, and then it'll search through if it belongs to one particular label or another, or it does not. So pretty neat in that. So yeah, coming back in the model garden view, we saw the BigQuery Gemini API capabilities and we saw Imagen. There is a lot others, and you can actually drill down into the task that you want to do. It can be a generation task, it can be classification problem, detection, recognition, translation, and so on. Oh wow, so you can give a video or more, and then it lets you track the objects across the video frames. Very, very cool. So it's again, this is very powerful. It lies into the intelligent prompt that you can give to the image generation, the BigQuery problem, classification problem, and whatnot. So this is very cool. This is how you can get an idea of the various models which are coming and supported. Very cool. Happy learning, happy AI learning.